like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the Chad calling. Let me click over real quick to let my...
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The 180, block 11. Hey, you got 3 out.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. Allen has it, left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Throwing Rivers. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, Delta. 42 the mark, 42. 42 the mark. I got you.
They'll throw again. Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
3rd and long for Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
44-yard punt, return of 9. And the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
20.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
51.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And some room to work. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. A big run there by Freeman. 49 yards on the ground. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Ito Smith, his first carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. He sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Check 15A. Wahoo!
They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. A 1st down carry for Smith. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Tavecchio puts this one through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 59 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 71 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tavecchio to add the PAT. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Chargers take over first and 10.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. They go back to Gordon here on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, it's Gordon. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Gordon on first down. And an alley to run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it. Now Rivers on 4th down. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. On line, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range Revenge effort denied 3 points at the very end. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
And an alley to run. Gets around it. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. Freeman a first down and more. The 40, the 30, 10, touchdown Falcons. Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Falcons will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Back, 180! Back, 180! It's a part of that! Joker! Behind!
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now on 2nd and 13. Rivers, Benjamin with it over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations, so he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
First down, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now he's forced out left. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking downfield and that's caught inside the 30. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a great throw right there and really showed a lot of confidence in his receiver.
He certainly did. Ball was in the air a long time, but he counted on the adjustment that we saw near the end of the play. As that ball was descending, who was going to come down with it? He counted on his guy, and he gambled correctly.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Hey, Tuesday.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Step 180, black 15. I'm about to left, and I'm about to take you to 180.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Back now in Atlanta. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten. Hey, let's go.
On 2nd and 12, Rivers to Gordon, out left. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there.
54, south.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 46 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. On first down, Gordon. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Rivers escaping the pressure right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Rivers throw into the hands of Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance.
Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. And the Falcons grab it.
Brandon, I want to violate.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest. I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within. I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best to soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. Marr now to kick this one away.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Ready, blue 80, blue 80. Hey, watch the screen, check. Watch the screen. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up.
They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
58. Big stop, let's go.
On second down, here's Smith.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Get him. Get him. 26.
On first and 10, Prescott. Flush to his right, and that's incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
26.
Throwing again. Prescott on second and 10. Incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10.
They were going to 53. They were going to 53.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Eluding the play, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time.
Well, that was point-counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
27. Here we go, 46. Sweat, 26.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
Watch the screen. We're going to 54. 26.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. It's a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Falcons take over first and 10.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave a great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out.
Hey, Sam! Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Stay with your man, 25,
Now Ryan. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Sean Lee, the longtime vet, getting in and getting to the QB. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
Here we go on fourth down with Ryan. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
On first down, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
First down, Atlanta.
Blue 80. Blue 80. 54. 3 bud. Check 99. Check 99. Hey, right.
They'll run on first down. It's Smith. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Handoff, running left, Smith. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On third down, it's Freeman, and nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. I got to tell you, I'm shocked. When I realized they were running the football at fourth in that distance, I thought that was a surefire throw.
I can hear it in your voice because I'm the exact same way. No one runs the football in this situation, right? You've got to throw it to have a chance unless you're them. Talk about supreme confidence bordering on arrogance, and they got it done, keeping the ball on the ground to pick up the first down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here we go now with Smith. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Prescott. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 75 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
On second down now, it's Freeman, and he'll take this one up close to about the 45. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On third down, Freeman. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Check. Check three.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Hey, take this. 51, down. 39. Five.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Keep playing hard.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's got a man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Randall Cobb, 75 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. Check right 54. Right 54. Watch the run. 54, down. Rush in.
On 1st down, it's Freeman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence, his 2nd sack of the night.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Looking deep for Julio. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Now on 4th down, they throw the deep ball, but it winds up to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Check, 42's the mic. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Here we go, 46. Check 3. Here we go, going to 53. 46.
They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
First and goal.
Kill. Turn. Go to 54. Go to 54.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, his second touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up first and 10 at their own 22. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On second down, Freeman takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can...
And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Now, this worked, so I guess I shouldn't be nitpicking too much, but they only had a couple of inches to go. Why fake punt?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. If you're going to go ahead and try and pick it up in that short of a distance, I wouldn't even go into fake punt formation. This is like using up a big play for no reason at all. Leave your offense on the field and pick it up. But again, what were we doing? We're nitpicking, right? Because they did get it.
It worked. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the night. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. And escapes the sack. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum, filet at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times. There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready? 525. Got it. What's the run? 525.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. He's at the 30. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. DeMarcus Lawrence bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. After the sack on 1st down, Ryan caught by Jones. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then dropped just inside the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution.
And New Orleans, big Snoop Dogg got a Madden lead. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one, and when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll